Welcome to Creamer Media's Resources Watch, a weekly video roundup of the events and people making and shaping the news in the mining industry. This week, Harmony Gold says the power price risk is stopping projects. Sipho Nkosi says a 67 billion rand mine deficit would have hit the state. And the South African gold industry is facing significant headwinds. Harmony Gold CEO Graham Briggs says that new long-term electricity-intensive gold projects are being rendered unbankable in South Africa because of the uncertainty surrounding the future price of electricity.
When you're into mining business in South Africa, you're talking big infrastructure and a long time. In other words, you're doing long-term planning for more than 10 years. And you have to know what the electricity price is going to be in 10 years. And factor it into your planning and factor into your financials. When you do a feasibility study in South Africa, one thing that'll come out very strongly is what is the cost of electricity. And if there's a big risk factor around that, then it won't actually pass through a bankable feasibility study.
Outgoing Chamber of Mines of South Africa President Sipho Nkosi pointed out at the Chamber's 120th annual general meeting that had the South African mining industry been nationalised, the South African government would have been accountable for the 67 billion rand post-meltdown deficit that the industry suffered in 2009.
Nationalisation has impoverished many countries, several of them in Africa, and of course even in Europe. Perhaps it is the recognition of these prospects combined with the content of the recent Citibank report, which identifies South Africa as the country with the world's largest in-situ value of mineral resources, that has prompted calls from certain political figures for the nationalization of the mining industry. But it is worth pointing out to the advocates of nationalization that mining is a universally tough business and not an easy route to the accumulation of immense wealth. The cyclical nature of the business of mining presents a wide range of attendant risks, and one needs to look no further than the economic and financial realities of the South African mining sector in 2009 to appreciate the pitfalls.
Goldfield CEO Nick Holland says that the headwinds that the South African gold mining industry is facing are very significant and have been caused by a legacy of above-inflation wage increases over the last decade and beyond, as well as Eskom electricity price increases.
The headwinds that the industry is facing are very significant headwinds caused by a legacy of above-inflation wage increases over the last decade and beyond, Eskom increases that we've seen. And what the industry is trying to do, and we're not alone here, is trying to find ways that we can absorb these things, these headwinds, and improve the sustainability of the operations. And that was the whole idea behind the 6-day work week. And also to try and preserve jobs. You know, I'm a great believer in the fact that putting people on the street in a country with high unemployment, you know, is not exactly the kind of thing that we all want to do as good corporate citizens. We need a tripartite approach to sustaining the gold industry.
For mining news as it breaks, stay logged onto miningweekly.com and register for our free daily newsletter.